What do you think about his NFL debut last week?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely tough, man. And anytime you go on the road to Seattle, I've seen veterans go up there and stink up the joint, right? It's always hard going to Seattle as as any player, any quarterback. So I think Bo did it. I would give him a C. I think it was the game speed was a little fast for him. Seeing real live action DBs that are, a lot of those guys are Pro Bowl capable, Pro Bowl talent, secondary over there. So I'll give him a C, and he definitely a lot to learn from, and I expect him to have a big jump this week for sure.
Yeah, what does he need? I think that everybody around here, they think, okay, he might be this franchise guy for the
Yeah,
Broncos. They loved what he did during the preseason. What do you need to see this week against the Steelers that shows you, okay, he
yeah.
he learned from that first game?
Well, I think what I needed to see last week is can he come back after having thrown 2 picks and then have a good drive at the end of the game? Most rookies would plummet, sink in the shell. They wouldn't able to come out and lead the team to a touchdown drive. And to be able to see Bo do that, that's what I need to see. And he had that fight in him last week. So this week, I expected to see improvement, right? I think the main thing is getting the ball out earlier and learning about timing, right? Peyton Manning's right up the street, right? He's the ultimate timing quarterback, right? So he has to get on time with the receivers, right? The DBs are a lot faster coming out the breaks than what he's seen, right? So he has to be able to get the ball out on time and get on the same page with the receivers. So that's something that I hope we can see a better connection between him and Cortland, especially this week.
Yeah, you talk about his receivers. He doesn't really have like that go-to guy. I mean,
Yeah,
Cortland Sutton. We love Cortland Sutton, man. But having a guy like a Travis Kelsey or like a CeeDee Lamb, somebody like that,
yeah.
he don't really have like a ton of skill guys around him.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of big receivers. It's more of a lot of possession receivers, not burners. And I would always, me as a DB, I would prefer to go against the Broncos type of receivers that they have as a defensive back from my standpoint. Because I'm not really worried about them taking me up top or burning past me like that. And I would let bigger guys run routes. I would use my quickness against bigger guys. So I would never really worried about bigger guys. So when you have a guy like Mims that's fast, that can open the door up, that's a burner, that can strike a little fear into cornerback's eyes, like, okay, I know this guy's 4'3", he can run, right? Those guys are a little bit different. And that's what I want to see this week also. We need to see Mims get the ball. We need to see him involved in the game. He's just when you have a playmaker like him. I mean, the kid almost averaged. I think he was 19 yards per catch last year, right? So we got to get it. We got to get him going. He's our explosive weapon.
Yeah, got to get Mims out there more, get him some more targets, just involved in the game a little bit. Maybe
Yeah.
run the ball a little bit more
Oh
too,
yeah.
Chris. I mean, 42 passes. I mean, Bo Nix making his NFL debut, that's a lot to ask.
Yeah. I mean, 42 passes. Run game non-existent. Right. We're living in third and longs, and that's not a good recipe for your offense, especially for a rookie quarterback. We got to help him. Right? We got to help him with the run game, relieve pressure, and we got to get third and mediums to short. And that's going to help him this week, right? We do not want to get a lot of third and longs versus Steelers when Mike Tomlin can bring out all his exotic blitzes and then TJ Watt and them are coming screaming, right?
Yeah.
So we don't,
Yeah.
and Bowles possibly could be out, right? So we got to, it's very important that we run the football this weekend.
You spent your whole career studying quarterbacks, their tendencies, what they like to do. What do young guys in general around the league, what do they struggle with? Like when you're watching a film of these guys, you're like, all right, I see this. All young guys struggle with this.
Yeah. They usually struggle when they think they know the coverage, but then we come in something new right at the last minute, right? Or we're disguising our coverages. It makes them have to pat the ball that one little second pat, and that's usually all we need. And when you got guys coming off the edge, right, that's all they want. Von Miller be like, hey Chris, just make sure they can pat it 1 or 2 times, I'm gonna get there, right? So most rookie quarterbacks, they pat the ball a lot longer, right? So that leads to more interceptions. They're off on their timing. Like a lot of Bo's interceptions were because he held the ball longer and his timing was off. Right. So that's what they do.
Throwing off his back foot. He's backpedaling. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they do, man. And then, like you said, they'll have more fundamental issues more frequently than a veteran guy. So those are a couple things that you can see from a rookie quarterback.
So what's that mean? Like on one side you're playing zone and the other side's man, or you show something pre-snap and then you drop off? Like is that the kind of
or say we'll be in cover
about?
2, but we're going to show cover 3 right here. Bring the safety down, and then now we'll bring the safety back up top, and we'll show cover 2 right on the snap. So, or play cover 2 on the snap. So those are things that we would used to do. Or if we were in zone, we would make it look like man. Or if we're in man, try to make it look like zone and then get to the man. So it's just those type of things to just make the quarterback pat the ball a little bit longer to where you can get the D-line to get home.
Bo's played a lot of college football, but you don't see that kind of stuff in college, huh?
Man, I would say in the SEC you might see it.
Okay.
SEC, and they play some football last year in the Pac-12, Pac-10, whatever they call it now. But Bo has a lot of experience, but it's different when you get to that. When you have a full-on secondary that's all 4-3s, that can all run, right?
Yeah, exactly. What do you like about his game? What gives you encouragement that this guy could be the guy?
Oh man, I like his his confidence. He still had confidence, right? I didn't see him getting down. I didn't see him pout. He knows he made his mistakes, but he went out there and kept fighting. So that's what I love about him. His play style. I think it's gonna fit. We just gotta find the right rhythm. He has to get in the rhythm, getting that timing. I think he can throw all over the field. I would like to see him take a couple more deep shots, get a little bit more aggressive in that way. But other than that, man, I've loved the way he started the year.